Howdy, my name's Sophie Rubio, and my Snapshot of Sustainability project is going to be over the balance between renewable and non-renewable energy resources in Texas. First, it's important to cover the energy database makeup in Texas. 44.7% of natural gas is used for energy, 23% is made up from wind energy, 17% from coal energy, and nuclear is 8.58% in Texas. Texas is the top oil and gas state in the country, producing 42% of crude oil and 27% of our marketed natural gas. This also includes 32 petroleum refineries, which is the most in any state. Along with this, Texas also produces 26% of all U.S. wind powered electricity generation, which is also the most of any state within the U.S. However, despite the advances Texas has made for its energy production, it has also increased its energy consumption as the state has continued to grow. Texas happens to be the nation's leading energy consumer as well, with 53.9% being industrial use, 12.2% being residential use, 22.2% being used for transportation, and 11.7% being commercial energy use, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration. Despite Texas being the top oil and gas state in the U.S., with it producing 42% crude oil and 27% natural gas, the issue is that both of these sources are fossil fuels, which are made from decomposed organisms transformed by heat and pressure, which turns into coal, natural gas, or oil. The issue with these fossil fuels is that burning fossil fuels results in air pollution that causes health hazards and drives global warming due to increased carbon emissions that traps the heat in the atmosphere and also leads to climate change. Other than greenhouse gas emissions, particulate matter and smog can also be released into the atmosphere, which causes these health hazards. For this project, I interviewed Gerard Orozco, a senior compliance engineer for New Star Energy Corporation. Gerard graduated from the University of Notre Dame and worked for Accenture before beginning his job at New Star in 2015, where he began as a pipeline integrity engineer. This year will be his ninth year with the company. New Star is a pipeline installation company and is what's known as a midstream company, meaning that it owns the pipelines and storage tanks that helps transport petroleum products, and charge customers to use the pipes and transport products as well. As a compliance engineer, Gerard mentioned that his role is to interpret the code and analyze the data to understand the states of the pipelines. Gerard spoke about how the federal and state government has regulations to keep pipelines and tanks up to code in order to operate in a way that is mindful to people and the environment. There are multiple codes to monitor that if people are close enough to the pipelines and live in high consequence areas, there are integrity assessments that are to be conducted. The regulations specify that if there are certain corrosions and dents detected in the pipes, how long the company has to get in order to get those fixed. When asked how this company is taking steps to increase their sustainability efforts, Gerard mentioned that each year NewStar produces a sustainability report required by the EPA. While they mainly transport petroleum products, they are beginning to shift to work on transporting liquid ammonium. Liquid ammonium is a product that is considered to be green ammonium, as it's produced from plant materials. As well, he mentions that he has considered his company a part of the delicate balance that oil and gas companies have in order to maintain with producing efficient energy, but also doing this in a safe manner. As a result of accidents that have happened in the past, now in 2024, there's a lot of technology out there in order to operate in a clean way with less spills, as well by being mindful of surrounding ecosystems. He also mentions that other companies are working to do the same, such as ExxonMobil, with having clean energy programs and wind farms at their refinery while also having oil and gas business. The balance of these companies is that oil is still the predominant form of energy business, so it's definitely a problem that we'll be focusing on as the balance between renewable energy and non-renewable energy, especially when working on the impact on jobs, the economy, and the environment as a whole.
Solar energy harnesses sunlight to produce either thermal or electrical energy through photovoltaic (PV) and concentrating solar thermal power technologies (CSP). PV systems convert sunlight into electricity through solar panels, while CSP uses mirrors to concentrate sunlight in order to heat a fluid that's used for electricity generation. PV systems are more common due to the lower cost, and inverts convert their electricity to a form that's able to be used by the grid. In 2022, 77% of solar electricity came from utility-scale PV plants, and 29% came from small-scale PV systems, while 1% came from utility-scale solar thermal electrical plants. Solar energy has helped play a significant role in Texas' energy makeup. It benefits from the abundant sunshine in Texas, and it ranks the top states in solar energy potential. In 2022, it was the second largest solar power producer in the U.S., trailing after California. Over the past decade, solar generation in Texas has experienced remarkable growth, with the capacity of CSP and PV generation increasing to 118,000 megawatts